economy. He's going to have more SCVs, and therefore he's going to be able to pull ahead of me because he was able to just do a little bit of harass and freak me out too much. You will see a lot of players playing you. If you are Zerg, you will see a lot of players just constantly being aggressive towards you because they know they can screw you over that way. They know they can make you just make a lot of units. So you have to know when to do these things. So you're gonna play and you're gonna screw up so many times. Zerg is by far the hardest race to get good at, in my opinion, because they're right now a lot of people think they're underpowered, and I can't help but agree with that a little bit. They do need a little bit of work, but at the same time they're so different than all the other races that it takes the most time to get used to. So yeah, my little mini rant here. Okay, did I not hit resume? I didn't. Resume. Okay, see, here are my first lings. Usually they wouldn't be this fast, but I did get the speed. You do notice the speed when they have the little wings over them. They can't fly. That'd be friggin' awesome if they could fly, but yeah. Continuing to make drones here. Sorry, I'm like falling behind in my economy here. Gotta control. Okay, click this and then hit control 5, and now if I double click 4, I can go to this hatchery. Double click 5, I can go to this hatchery. Okay, I wanted to start it sooner, but right now I'm going to be making my second queen, so when that hatchery is done, I will have enough to make a couple overlords here, as my supply is getting kind of high, and my money's getting high because I'm having trouble talking and playing at the same time. But anyway, what was I talking about? I want to have 2 queens when this hatchery is done because I want to be able to spawn larvae in that hatchery as well. Okay, so now we're going to go over the second ability for this queen, which is on the creep tumor, which you're going to hit C, and then you're going to poop it out. It's very cute there. And we're also going to make some more drones because we can. Okay, so that creep tumor here is going to spread creep here, and every 10 seconds you can spread it again just with this creep tumor rather than having to use that energy on the queen. So you see the ability right here. A lot of Zerg players don't realize that until way later. I like to throw 2 on maps like this because you can spread them both out quicker that way, and then when you get up to this area you can go in 2 different directions and really get that creep spread really nicely. So I have my speed boost, obviously, and I have a decent amount of Zerglings here. I don't quite have this mineral patch saturated, which is something you'll have to work on, just knowing how many drones to transfer. I like about 6, but sometimes I just grab it like that when I'm in a hurry. And throw down your second extractor. I mean, from here, you basically, since I'm so off my build order, I can't really give you an exact build order since I've been talking so much, but from here, after your speed, is when you react. Like, if your opponent is going mech, and he's a Terran, well, he can't go mech as any other race, build a Roach Warren first. And then after your Roach Warren and you get a comfortable amount of roaches to defend yourself against Hellions or any tank pushes of that sort, you move to Lair. And then Lair is when this big ugly thing starts growing a huge tumor on itself, and just... This is disgusting. This is why I don't play Zerg, because everything looks really gross. But yeah, start morphing to Lair here. That's why not. Basically. And they're going to attack me with like a couple Marines here, which isn't a big deal. But yeah, you know, I'm so behind in this build order. I do want to show you guys a decent build, so I'm going to quit here and I'm going to restart. I showed you a lot of basics, so just hit C. I mean, for your creep tumor, back to that. I know I'm skipping around a lot. Hit C, and then you can spread creep even more. But I want to show you real build order. But then again, I did want to show you all the units. F it. I'm just going to show you all the units right now, and then in a different tutorial, I will be going over the a better build order. So I'm going to summon some roaches here, and this is going to be your Roach Warren. There's a lot of good upgrades in here that require Lair. Glial Reconstitution, which increases the movement speed of roaches. If you're going to get a lot of roaches, you always want to get it. No excuse. Whenever you get the money for it, you really need it, as slow roaches suck. Okay, so we do have our Lair out, and that is going to allow us to get some new tech here. Here, let me throw 3 more guys in gas. I'll show you the tech right now. Okay, I'm going to hit V for the advanced structures. And, excuse me, this is what we have. We have a Hydralisk Den, which allows us to make Hydralisks. Imagine that. We have a Spire, which allows us to make Mutalisks. A Nidus Network, which allows us to abuse mobility. We can make Nidus Networks anywhere we have vision. Like, say, I threw one end of a Nidus Network up here. I could send units from my base into here. Really nice, underused a little bit, as it kind of takes a bit of micro and a little bit of patience to get used to how to do that, but definitely worth learning. And I'm going to just make some drones and a few overlords as I'm talking here. I'm really not afraid of this very easy computer overrunning me. make a few more roaches, except I can't, so I'm just going to mass overlords once again. Okay, back to the advanced structures. We do have an infestation pit, which allows us to make infestors. Infestors are a spellcasting unit. They do fungal growth. It's great for stopping bio. They do, what's it called? They have like a mind control kind of spell where you can like control units. Kind of not that great as the range. They have to be connected and the range isn't that long on it. I'm sure you've seen it before. And then they also have infested Terran ability, which is cool. Not enough people use it once again, but it's not that powerful. It's just a marine, basically. And the thing about the infestation pit is it allows you to upgrade to Hive, which allows you to either get Broodlords or Ultralisks. And to talk about Zerg's high tier units. Your high tier units, which is the Broodlord and Ultralisk, I'm going to throw up an Infestation Pit and a Hydralisk down here just so I can show you those units. And I'm going to just make more drones here, as well as get these rocks down so I can get another expansion up. Let me just do a few things here. Okay. So, get these guys. Sorry, I'm like... It's bugging me that I'm not on top of my macro. Okay. So I'm going to expand up here. But anyway, dude, I don't even remember what I was talking about. So our infestation pit is done, which allows us to morph into Hive. And another thing about this is we can get our... increase the speed of movement for overlords here on the lair, so that's always worth getting. There's a lot of upgrades you need to be aware of as Zerg, like that initial metabolic boost for the Zerglings, which makes them not completely useless, makes them really fast, which is nice. And then what you saw me do here was poop out this creep, which I didn't talk about. It's down here. I think the control is P. I forget the hotkey for it, as I know I used it. I'm pretty sure I used it when I was sending them out. But you don't ever really want to do this. You always want to try to stick with this and just move the creep out slowly. Like here, I'll do it right here. See how far I can move this. Just keep pushing it down. I mean, I'm just so behind that I wanted the creep highway to lead up to here at least. And I also want this hatchery. Pretty soon I'll be showing you how we can control more than one hatchery at once. Anyway, I'll make some Hydralisks here. Gonna make however many Hydralisks that makes. And in the Hydralisk den is this really, really key upgrade, which is the Groove Spines. It increases the attack range of Hydralisks. You want to get it every time. I know you should have like a notepad out of all the upgrades I'm saying. You need to get this every time. No, seriously guys, you need it like every single time. But it's a lot of upgrades as Zerg you need every single time if you're going to go for that specific unit. You obviously don't want all the units as I'm getting, but whatever your build calls for, there are upgrades you need to get as Zerg. So just a quick little note here. And I am getting attacked again, but it's like by one Hellion and a Marine, so I'm not too freaked out by it. And once again, just make sure you have these timings in your head when these are done, because if you forget about them and fall behind on your creep spread, it's going to be so big. Have I talked about how creep increases speed? I don't think I have. But your units are way faster on creep. You always want it. If you can spread it across the whole map, you're in good shape. Not only is it kind of... If your opponent sees creep everywhere... He's not only freaked out, but you have that speed and you have the vision. Wherever you have a creep tumor, you have vision, and it's cloaked, so they need detection in order to get it. And you'll see everything on the map if you just